Joe Hopkins here, and I wanted to talk to you today about the new media, how we're brainwashing ourselves now, right? So, crack a beer and let's discuss this, right? For old bastards like me, some of us remember the time before YouTube, before social media, before all this kind of stuff. I grew up in the 80s and 90s when, dudes like me, we were skeptical of the media, all right? I was very much into punk rock, hip hop, heavy metal, all that kind of stuff, and we questioned what was being put out there. And for good reason. It wasn't being put out there by us or by people like us. It was being put out there by people from a previous generation that wanted to promote some kind of status quo. And that's all changed. You're watching me on YouTube. I'm not in some studio somewhere with producers and a script. I'm sitting here in a back room of my house where I make videos and I make music and I talk about stuff with you guys. It's completely democratic. If you have a phone, chances are you got one. It has a camera on it, and you can get free software. You can make videos on your phone. You can do like I do, where I still have a desktop for producing stuff, but you can make this stuff at home. My kid has a YouTube channel, okay? She does like cartoons, animations, drawings, stuff like that. But anybody can have a YouTube channel. I've been doing this for quite a long time, at first with my wife and now with my own channel, and you know. So who's brainwashing us now? Well, the question is, has media gotten any better? My kid doesn't get her kicks from watching TV. When I was a kid, we all watched stuff on TV. We went to the movies. My kid's watching stuff on YouTube. This is the new media. This is what there is. Like I said, very democratic. I kind of like that. I kind of like that anybody can get on here and do their thing. But it raises a few questions. Since the most popular YouTubers are using a lot of the same tricks and techniques that the old media used. It works. This stuff works. The stuff that they used to do that we were skeptical of, turns out they were doing it because it sells. And a lot of the same tricks are being used now. I don't fault anybody for wanting to make a business out of this, for wanting to make a living out of it. But it does raise the question, why do these things work? Why does everybody want this? Because I got to be honest with you. The top YouTubers, in my opinion, are mostly crap. This is it's shit. Mr. Beast sucks. Honest to God. I don't think he sucked at first. He just kind of started finding himself in this groove. He found the thing that works. And it does work. And not all of the top YouTubers suck. Some of them I really like. I don't know. I was going to name a few, but now to be one of the top, you have to be over 5 million subscribers, right? I think Weston Champlin just hit 5 million. I like his channel. I like car stuff. I like it, but a lot of it isn't. You can tell how edited a lot of it is. And, well, that's professionalism, some people would say. Less than honest, other people would say. But yeah, a lot of what's at the top of YouTube now just seems to be the same reality show crap that we got sick of in the 90s and early 2000s. But it works. That's what people want, apparently. It's not just producers deciding this. Honestly, this is, like I said, it's very democratic. People are doing it on their own. So is the media still brainwashing us? In this day and age, who the hell even knows, right? I think to a degree, yes. Consider that our president is president to a great degree because of social media. That's what it is now. Quite a few of our newer senators and congresspeople are there because of social media. A lot of our elected officials get elected from social media now. How good are you at promoting yourself? That's the question. How good are you at doing that? And most of them are hiring professionals, except for our president. Trump doesn't seem to be hiring professionals. He literally just gets on there and says what he says. But it works. It works for his audience. It's a little scary that his audience is like, he's using that to get votes. It's scary that a lot of people are doing that, right? A lot of people had questions about Ronald Reagan, right? He's an actor. He's became president from television campaigns. And is this even real? Is this just a bunch of, is he acting as a president? So we elected him. But we're running into that again, and not just with our president, with, like I said, a lot of elected officials. If they're really good at promoting themselves as being that on social media, then we elect them. But who can you accuse of brainwashing us anymore? We're doing it ourselves. We're making the videos ourselves. We're making the media ourselves. But I mean, there isn't a lot of regulation. You come on here and say whatever the hell you want. Everybody's a journalist now. Everybody's the media. Everybody's the news. There's no editor. There's no producer to say, hey, you can't really say that. That could get us in trouble. It's just everybody just does whatever the hell they want. And you're a journalist when you want to be, but you're just Joe Schmo when it comes to call, right? Isn't that how it works? Whereas nobody has to answer to anybody for anything, it seems, on any level. And that's a little frightening to me. It's also kind of cool. And I tell you, one of the crazy things with social media, I find more and more we're focusing less on society and more on psychology. So much of it is humor-based about the way we look at things and view the world and engage with things, how we view the world in a funny way. I appreciate that. I like that. And a lot of it's quite refreshing because it's not the traditional way to do, that we used to look at things. Although it's becoming the traditional thing. In 20 years, this will be the status quo. And how will we react to that? How's that going to play out, right? And are we being skeptical enough of ourselves? Are we skeptical of what we're doing to us? All of this is us doing it to us. It's all an inside thing now. And is that why the industry level art has just gone to crap? I gotta be honest with you, I've said it before, I really believe like top 40 music is becoming incredibly formulaic, with a couple of exceptions. And usually once those exceptions really make it and hit big, then they become formulaic because they fall into that industry. Movies are crap. So much of it is shit now. I'm tired of remakes, biopics, and superheroes. It's all that's on there anymore, and it really gets tiring. But I think all of the best talent and the freshest ideas and the newest things are people doing it on their own. So you want the best stuff, you go to social media. You're on social media. That's where you go now. You go to YouTube. I mean, for God's sake, man, the Digital Circus is like one of the biggest shows out there right now. It's on Netflix now. It was on YouTube. It went viral off of YouTube. Great show, by the way. I really do like it. So is all of this good or bad? Are we brainwashing ourselves now? And I'd say, yeah, we kind of are, right? Because people want to be brainwashed. We want it. We want to be told what to think. We want to be told what to do. We want to be told. We want to be informed, and we want somebody that we feel knows more than we do to inform us. Except now, instead of being experts, we're informing us. It's the guy telling me stuff is just like me, just has a camera right there. I can just look at it, say whatever the hell I want. And if I can seem like an expert, which I'm not an expert, and I don't seem like one. I don't try to seem like one. But if I was better at writing a script, you would take me as an expert, and now I'd be the expert. I'm not. Neither's the next guy. The other video you watched where they're speaking real authoritatively, they don't know any more than you do. They don't know any more than I do. Not really. Most of the time. Sometimes they do, but most of the time, no. They don't know jack shit. But if they sound good, and it's on YouTube, you'll watch it. You'll believe it. It's how all these conspiracy theories come about, right? And some of them, I think some people are thinking there might be something to it. And some of those conspiracy theories are just dumb. And the odd thing is, most of these weird ideas, they've been around a while, okay? Like I said, back when I was a kid, I was always part of the whole underground thing. And I heard a lot of this stuff. And now it's gone from the underground to the mainstream. I've watched that happen as people just like you and me can make it on YouTube and be listened to, and people believe them, and movements spread. And is there even an underground now that everybody can be heard fairly equally, it would seem? I mean, some people are more popular than others, but I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the ideas. The ideas that are coming out are all pretty equal. Not in their validity or in how much truth there is to them. I really think truth is on a shaky footing, but it always has been, right? But instead of the bigwigs lying to us, we're lying to us. Right, but the ideas seem to be taken pretty equally if they're presented well, and there's nobody to say, you can't say that, or that's totally off base. We can't really produce that. No, there's nobody to turn you down and say no. There's no gatekeeper. You can say it, and if you sound like you know what you're talking about, people will believe it. And that leaves an interesting position where, who do we rail against? Who is the underground now? Like I said, coming up, I was really into the whole punk rock thing, the hip hop, alternative music in the late 80s and in through the 90s. A lot of the underground stuff where we were railing against the status quo. We were raging against the machine. But who do you rage against when you're the machine? It's us now. It's all us. Who do we rage against now? Who is raging against the machine? Are we raging against ourselves? Who is there to fight against now? Who is there to be pissed off about them lying to us if the them is us? I remember when it was always they and them and the shadowy, they're lying to us and they are brainwashing us. But we're the they now. We're they. We're them. That's us. It's all of us. And we're all more or less guilty. All of us have, who hasn't thrown a short out there or puts a post on Facebook that got more likes than they expected? You know what I mean? I'm not saying even millions, but who hasn't put a post on there and it gets like 500 likes and you're like, how did that happen? I don't even know if I have that many friends. We're them. We're they. We're the problem. And that maybe is a good thing. It maybe is a good thing because it tells us, first of all, it tells us a lot about us, right? Since if this is a very democratic process, anybody can do it, and we truly are deciding what we like. It's not like 3 networks and you only have so many choices. You get to pick from just an infinite number of videos on YouTube what you're going to watch. And you're choosing to watch. If you're still watching this, you chose to watch this. You're choosing to watch me rant about us making videos, about me making videos, basically. I'm my own worst enemy. We are our own worst enemy. And we're also our own best friend. This is maybe a great thing. But it does raise those questions. Who's brainwashing us now? Why are we so fucked up? Why are we so fucked up? We used to blame the powers that be, but now we are the powers that be. We're the ones telling us what to think. We're the ones making the media that influences, in return, us. It's kind of a fucked up question. It's kind of a fucked up world we're living in. And just thinking about it kind of makes you want to have a beer. You know what I mean? That's what I think. And yeah, everything's just being done by people with a little bit of time on their hands and a camera. That's us. We're just looking back at ourselves. And do we like what we see? Sometimes, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I do like what I see because I see honest to God artists doing incredibly interesting things with no restraints and nobody telling them they can't. And most of us are doing it with almost no budget. And the results tend to be pretty interesting. If you have any creativity, you can do something really interesting, especially because you really have to think about it when you don't have the money and the tools at your disposal to make a big budget kind of thing. You really have to think. And sometimes it's incredibly disappointing what really hits, what really does well, and then where it goes. I think some people have gone from being very interesting to very meh, but incredibly popular with that meh. We like crap. We always did, and we probably always will, whoever's making it. But to those of you out there who are still doing interesting things and not just doing this for the money, there's nothing wrong with doing it for the money. For guys like Mr. Beast that are producing crap but doing it for the money, I don't blame you. You have to make a living. But for the people out there that are willing to work the day job to fund themselves and are doing interesting things for the sake of being interesting, good on you. You're this generation's punk rock. You're this generation's hip hop. You're the ones that are creating something that might actually be of value and hopefully will be remembered. And that's my thoughts on that. I love you guys. Peace out, baby. See you next time.